Okay, this is part 2 of your chapter 2 review. The first part asks you to find the percent of change. Your original number was 40, and then you go to 64. That's a difference of 24. So you put 24 over your original 40. You can just divide in your calculator and get 0.6, or cross multiply and you'll get 60%. So since you went from 40 to 64, that's an increase. If the numbers were reversed, it would still be 24, but you would just let the reader know it would be a decrease. 36. Let's make this more focused. 36 tells you your space heater is $44 and has a 35% discount. What you could do is take 35%, make it into a decimal 0.35, and get a discount of $15.40. But the question wanted a reduced or discounted price, so you have to remove it to get $28.60. What you could have done is said, okay, if I'm removing 35%, that means I'm paying 65%. So your total would be $28.60. Number 37. It says Aiden's scooter uses 1 gallon of gas in 3 hours. At this rate, how many gallons of gas will he use in 5 hours? So I make sure to put my units on both sides and cross multiply. So X is what we're trying to find, which is our gallons. We get 3X equals 5, which is about 1.7 gallons of gas. You'll get 1.6 repeating, but you can't really have 1.6 repeating gallons of gas. Number 38. It says Savannah is filling her fish tank with water at a rate of 4 cups. So I'm going to write 4 cups every 30 seconds. If her fish tank holds, okay, so there's a typo here, but there's 16 cups in 1 gallon. Her fish tank holds 7 gallons. How many minutes will it take to fill up her fish tank? So cups is on top, time is at the bottom. So we need to figure out how many cups she has. She has 7 gallons. If for every gallon it's 16 cups, we multiply by 16 to get 112 cups. I couldn't put gallons here because they wouldn't be the same unit of measurement and my answer wouldn't be correct. So here we're going to put X for seconds. Okay, cross multiply and you'll get 840 seconds. But we really don't measure by seconds, so we're going to divide by 60 and get 14 minutes. Okay. The next one, after Damon received money from his birthday, he spent a third of his money on Pokemon. Well, I don't want to know what he spends, I want to know what he has left. If you bought a snack for $2.75, he has $12.25 left. So we're thinking of this equation in terms of what you have left. So if you spend a third, you have 2/3 left. So he spent a third of his money. 2/3 his money is what's left. Then I remove $2.75 and $12.25 is left. So the hard part was realizing you put 2/3 instead of 1/3 here. You solve, you should get $22.50. All right, last page, we're going to do this one together. So these are called constructed response questions. You're going to take one test this year called the Keystone. Most likely you will. And it is like your PSSAs. So you have one in mathematics for Algebra 1, and then you take one in biology and one for English. So the only one you should be taking this year really is math. And they have these open-ended questions. They have part A, B, and C. So, well, we actually have numbers on the guide that you received here. It's this. And it says, write 2 expressions, one for each rectangle that represent the areas of a rectangle. So the area of a rectangle here is length times width. Same with this one. So the area for the first one is your length times your width. It doesn't matter which one goes the where, so it's just 40 times x, which is 40x. The next one is length times width, so 10 times the quantity x plus 3. So its area is 10x plus 30. Just find the value of x so that the rectangles have the same area. Well, if they're the same, then they are equal. So x would have to be 1 for them to be equal. Now it says, what is the area of the rectangle? Well, they'll be the same when it's 1, and then what would that area be? So you could substitute it into either one or both. If I put 1 into one rectangle and I put 1 into the other, what's their area? I should get for both 40 units squared. I don't know if this is centimeters or feet or what, so I'm just going to call it units. Here it says Gavin buys a record player for $125 at a local store. The record player has been discounted by 20%. Calculate the discount and sale price. Show work. All right. So if it's $120, we're going to multiply that by 0.2, and that's the discount. It's not the sale price. You're going to get 25. So that is the discount. The sale price is $125 minus the 25. So it would be $100. It says calculate the final price if the sales tax is 6%. So it's $100, but you have to multiply it by 0.06 to get $6. So the total would be your $100 plus your $6, which is just $106. Now we could have done this another way. If you wanted to keep your $100 and the 6%, you could have done 100 times 1.06. That 1 would have kept your 100, and you would have gotten the same thing. It says, what would the final price be different if tax was added first and then the discounted price was applied? Show work and explain. So if we go back to our original of 125, what's 6% of that? Well, we could just keep it, the 1.06, to know what the new total would have been. So all in one fell swoop, we know that the 6% plus the original price, it would have been 132. Now, let's take the sale price. It was 20% off. So that means we paid 80%. So we don't have to find 20 and then remove it. We can just multiply by 0.8 and we get 106. No, it wouldn't have made a difference. Okay. All right, that's your last page. Any questions on this, please email me or ask in the Zoom meetings. And this can be used if you are in my virtual 180 fall of 2020 class. This can be used on your assessment for this week.